episode 8, and this episode is just right. Hell yeah. It's your boy Icon with a DC animated TV review for you. And before we get started, hit the notification bell, like and or subscribe to my YouTube channel, and check out all my other videos. And let's talk about a little Kite Man. So, the anti-life equation has taken over Golden Glider's body. And they're on the run from Helen because she's coming after them. And like both Helen and Lex, they're trying to get the anti-life equation. Kite Man comes up with the brilliant idea for them to hide away at a resort where Lex and Helen can't find them. And when they get to the resort, we find out that the resort is owned by Frank. He built a resort right on top of a nuclear power plant facility, which is why he got the land so cheap. So, like, Harley Quinn Harley Quinn characters have slowly been making appearances on Kite Man. You know, because we saw Clayface before, it's like now we're getting Frank and so now, like, you know, they're on the premises. But the problem is, because Golden Glider is being possessed by the anti-life equation, it's actually making her angry and it's making her bloodthirsty for kills. She killed a bunch of people in a bar, and then when they were at the poolside, there were some girls that was looking at Kite Man because they thought he was a stripper, and then she tried to kill everybody at the pool. So now she's kind of like going off the deep rails. Frank, when he finds out that she was going crazy, and then Kite Man ended up telling Frank why, because he was just like, oh, she's possessed by the anti-life equation. Frank sold them out to Helen, and now Helen's coming after them so she can get the anti-life equation. Before that happened, Fables finally got her body back, because we saw in the last episode she went into the honeycomb and she saw her body there that was being preserved. She reattached her head back to her body, and now she's whole again. While she's whole again, and because she was Fables, because like her whole thing was she was the woman who told the story, like the fairy tale stories, and she made those characters come to life. So the guy, the mob guy, the two-headed mob guy that only has one head now because the other one died, the one that she saved, because that was the whole point of her going in there. She was trying to save this dude. She saved him in the nick of time, but he got like basically cased in honey, and he was like trapped in honey. So Fables used her Fable book to bring out the three bears from Goldilocks and the Three Bears so they can lick the honey and get him out of the honey block. But then Goldilocks herself snuck out of the book, and she wanted to hang around, she wanted to interact with people. But the problem with Goldilocks was she was true to her story, because every time you gave her something, like you gave her a milkshake, she was like, this milkshake's too cold. You had to give her another one. She was like, this one's too warm. And then she's like, this one's just right. She tries to sit down. She's like, oh, this chair is too hot. You know, this chair is too hard. This one's too soft. This one's just right. So this was like an ongoing thing. And Bane was charged with the task of babysitting her throughout the episode. Bane ended up getting a call from Lex Luthor and Helen because they wanted to talk to him. So he was like, oh, this is my chance to get back into the Legion of Doom. So he ends up going to Lex's hideout, and he brings Goldilocks with him. When they get to, well, they're actually at Helena's hideout. When they get to Helena's room, and, you know, Bane's there, they're just like, okay, Bane, we need to talk to you for a second. But then they're just like, oh, who's this random child? And he was like, oh, that's just Goldilocks. So then when they told Goldilocks, like, go play or something, we got to talk to Bane, Goldilocks was doing the whole, like, oh, this couch is too soft. Like, this couch is way too hard. And this one's just, and then it pissed off Helen and Lex. And they're just like, yo, get this fucking kid out of here. And then Bane got mad. He was like, because by then Bane had bonded with her. So he was like, don't talk to her that way. And then he cursed out Lex and Helen. And he grabbed Goldilocks and he dipped. So, you know, then after that, they ended up going back to the bar. Goldilocks was at the bar, and then everybody was chilling. So then, but that's when Helen had got the message from Frank that Golden Glider and Kite Man were at the resort. So she sends her robots down there to go kill them all. And then when the robots get down there, they're fighting the robots. Helen's fighting the robots. And then there was a moment throughout the entire episode where Golden Glider's spirit was basically coming. It's like, because of the anti-life equation, her power has now taken on like its own persona, its own form. The anti-life equation was taking the form of Golden Glider's mother to try to talk her into becoming like a murderous villain. She was like, come on, babe, we can kill these people, we can murder everybody. She was like, Kite Man's just holding you back, like he doesn't want what's best for you. But Kite Man's whole thing was he was just trying to save her and like get her back to normal. So then the robots ended up chasing them throughout the entire resort, and then Kite Man was like, oh, let's go to the nuclear power plant, you know, because he's like, I got an idea. They get on top of the nuclear plant, and then that's when Kite Man, he was like, look, babe, he said, I need you to take the anti-life equation and chuck that shit into the nuclear reactor. And then she was like, no, I'm not doing that, Chuck. She was like, you just want to control me. You don't want me to succeed, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, no, he said, I actually understand what it feels like, because literally yesterday I was beast mode. And he said, when I was beast mode, I was a douchebag. I got drunk with power, and you're the one that pulled me out of the fire. And he said, you're basically doing the exact same thing. Like, you know, like he said, we're in the exact same situation, only reverse. And he said, and I love you too much to let you turn into what I used to turn into. And then he kissed her. She got distracted, and then she dropped the anti-life equation into the nuclear reactor. It falls into the nuclear reactor, The entire reactor blows up. It blows up the entire resort. And then after everything got blown to Kingdom Come and smithereens, the two of them fly back to the place where, like, to the blast site, the place where the anti-life equation was dropped. And then when the smoke settles, the briefcase is still sitting there with the anti-life equation in it as though nothing ever happened. So now it didn't get destroyed. It's still there. Golden Glider's probably still bloodthirsty for it. Helen's going after it. Lex is going after it. We got 2 more episodes to go. That was how this one ended, and thank you for tuning in. So now I was surprised because, again, I thought this was episode 9. I didn't realize this was episode 8. So we legit have 2 more episodes to go, and I'm like, what the hell are we gonna do with this? Like, in the next 2 episodes? Especially when I thought they were gonna destroy the anti-life equation. I was like, well, the entire season was based around the anti-life equation. So now that we're about to destroy it, what the hell else are we gonna do? But it's not destroyed yet. So I guess in the last 2 episodes, everybody and their mama gonna try to get it. So we'll see what happens then. But share your questions, comments, and/or concerns down below, and we will continue to talk about it. Check out my other reviews. I got Batman Cape Crusader up on my channel. I got my video from Anime NYC up on my channel. Check that out as well. I'm about to have my Deadpool review. I know I talked about it before, but I didn't get a chance to upload it yet. I got my review for Deadpool and Wolverine coming, so check that out as well until I go to New York Fashion Week on September 14th, and I'll enjoy that with all of you guys too. So happy Labor Day to everybody. Thank you for tuning in as always. Until next time, for some more Kite fan action. Stay away from the anti-life equation unless you want to kill your family and friends. Until next time, we're out this.